Hello everyone, what's up? Friends, welcome all of you to the Haunted Depths channel. I am Haunted Depths, and on this channel, we share with you such true, spine-chilling paranormal incidents and activities that our followers and subscribers send us on Instagram, Gmail, or a WhatsApp number. If you too have ever experienced such an unbelievable incident that you would like to record and send, you can use the number provided on the screen. I will narrate your story in my own voice. Before moving forward, a heartfelt thank you to all of you for giving so much love to our YouTube and Instagram. These real incidents that we bring before you, some of them are such painful tragedies that people have endured in their lives and now want future generations to stay away from such unknown troubles. We often hear that old buildings, schools, or houses built on cemetery land become haunted. But sometimes, certain sudden accidents can also badly haunt a place. Road accidents, fires, or a natural disaster. In such accidents where people die an unexpected death, sightings begin. Why is this? Because the souls who suddenly leave their bodies, whose lifespan was incomplete, cannot be freed from this world and remain bound to that place. Today's story is based on one such unexpected accident and the events that followed. This story was sent to us by Prashant, who is from Delhi. The hostel room and the strange feeling. Prashant narrated, Haunted Depths Bhai, this incident is from 2015 when I was living in a hostel in Delhi for my engineering studies. The hostel was newly built and everything was fine. My roommate was Ravi, a quiet and somewhat solitary boy. We had been living in the hostel for about a year. The atmosphere of the hostel was buzzing as usual. But behind our hostel, there was an old, dilapidated building that the college administration had declared dangerous and no one was allowed to go there. Local people said that the place was once used as a family quarter and a decade ago, an entire family was killed there when a gas cylinder exploded. Prashant was fond of horror films and he often watched movies late at night with headphones on while Ravi used to study. It was the month of December. One night, Prashant was watching a scary movie on his laptop. It must have been around 11:30 p.m. when Prashant heard a loud explosion despite his headphones. It was so loud that it felt like something had exploded inside the hostel itself. I immediately took off my headphones and ran outside. The hostel corridors were silent, but a few other boys also came out of their rooms. We all looked around together but found nothing. When we asked the guard uncle, he said he didn't know anything. Prashant returned to his room, but the explosion had woken him up. He tried to sleep. The next night, when both Prashant and Ravi were sleeping, around 1:30 a.m., Prashant awoke. He felt as if someone was banging very loudly on their room door, as if someone was kicking or throwing stones. I was scared, but I thought maybe someone was playing a prank. I woke up Ravi, but he was in a deep sleep. I picked up a rod and slowly opened the door. The gallery was empty, but as soon as I closed the door, I felt like a white, hazy figure quickly rushed towards the stairs and then disappeared. I thought it was an illusion or hallucination. The next morning, Prashant found out from his other friend that a major accident had happened during the night in the area near that old building where the slums were located. A fire had broken out due to an electrical short circuit and several people had died due to the collapse of debris. Out of curiosity, Prashant decided to visit the spot. The scene there was terrifying. There was a crowd of ambulances, police and politicians. Prashant saw bodies being pulled out from the debris. Seeing this, he was in shock and immediately returned to the hostel. In the evening, Prashant asked the hostel warden about that place. The warden told Prashant that a newly married couple and their 3-year-old child had also died in that accident, as they lived in the house right next to that building. The warden strictly told Prashant not to go to that area anymore because that place had now become very badly haunted. Ruckus on the roof and Ravi's change. That night Prashant was alone because Ravi had gone to his village. Prashant stopped watching horror films, but suddenly at 12 o'clock at night, he heard loud sounds of jumping, running and throwing bricks on the roof. It sounded like many people were performing a wild dance on the roof. Prashant could not sleep out of fear. As soon as morning came, he ran to the hostel caretaker and asked why there was so much noise on the roof at night. The caretaker said, "Son, no one went to the roof last night. It was locked." Now the ground slipped from under Prashant's feet. He understood that this was the Antibee everyone was talking about, or maybe that old grandmother whom some old hostel residents used to whisper about, saying her last rites Pindan had not been performed and she roamed at night. A few days later, Ravi returned. Prashant, out of fear, did not tell him about these incidents because Ravi was already hypersensitive and often saw such things. Prashant knew that if Ravi found out, he would create a scene. But despite Prashant's silence, things began to worsen. The sound of crying and the video's secret. 2 days after Ravi's return, around 2 a.m., Prashant heard the sound of someone quietly crying in the room. He reached out with his hand to the bed next to him, but Ravi was not there. Prashant panicked, got up and turned on the light. He saw Ravi sitting in a corner of the room, sobbing uncontrollably as if in deep pain. I kept asking, "Ravi, what happened? Why are you crying?" But Ravi just kept crying, saying nothing. It felt as if he was in some other world. After about 10 minutes, Ravi suddenly became quiet, got up and went back to his bed to sleep. Prashant spent the entire night awake. The next night, at the same time, this incident happened again. But this time, Prashant mustered up the courage and made a video of Ravi with his phone. Ravi's eyes looked strange while crying and he was mumbling some incoherent words. When Prashant fearfully started reciting the Hanuman Chalisa, Ravi became quiet and went to sleep. In the morning, Prashant showed the video to Ravi. As soon as Ravi saw the video, he became suddenly furious. He snatched the phone and slammed it on the floor, shouting, "That's not me. You are spreading lies about me. I will not believe this." Worsening behavior and departure. From that day on, Ravi's behavior completely changed. He became very irritable and quarrelsome. He fought with Prashant over small things like bringing a glass of water, turning off the light, switching off the fan, or making too much noise. Ravi was no longer the quiet and studious boy he used to be. Prashant said, "Haunted Depths bhai, I had lost my friend. He was not the Ravi I knew." Their fighting escalated to the point that both decided they would no longer live together. Exams were near, but studying became difficult. Both of them got very low marks. As soon as the exams ended, Ravi left the hostel and went to live with another college friend. 2 months later, Prashant got a call from Ravi's new roommate. "Bhai, Ravi's health has become very bad. He is behaving strangely." Prashant immediately went there. He was scared to see Ravi's condition. His parents were called and they took Ravi back to their village forever. Later, Prashant found out that Ravi was taken to a specialist and along with doctors, the help of a tantric was also sought. It was revealed that Ravi, who was already of weak aura and hypersensitive, was possessed by the entities present there when he was passing through that haunted area of the hostel. It was also found out that Ravi had bought meat near the accident spot while going home, and due to this, several souls had entered his body. He was strictly advised never to pass near such places and to stay away from non-veg or alcohol. Prashant also soon left that hostel and shifted to another place. Prashant finally mentioned that the area around that hostel is still haunted today. But the biggest surprise was that as long as Prashant was alone, that old grandmother or the entity kicking the door was harassing him. But as soon as Ravi arrived, all the activities shifted from Prashant and focused on Ravi. Perhaps Ravi's weak mental strength or hypersensitivity drew those spirits towards him. Friends, the lesson learned from this story is backstory of the residence. Wherever you live, definitely find out the backstory of that place. Was the land a cremation ground? Has a major accident occurred there? Mental strength. Keep your mental strength strong. Negative forces are attracted where there is fear and weakness. Strengthen your aura through devotion and prayer. Sites of unexpected death. Stay away from places where sudden deaths have occurred, accidents, disasters, especially at night. Life is precious. Stop fighting over small things. Spend time and deepen your bonds with your family, partner and friends. Because when loved ones drift apart, that's when their importance is realized. Stay connected with our channel for more such awareness-based content. Until the new video and podcast arrive, stay tuned with the channel.